Peace, peace. This is Blair with 3 Layers of Wellness. And in this particular video, I'm going to be talking about if you don't move it, you'll lose it. Remember when we were children and we used to play all day, running around, constantly moving? Well, let me tell you, once you hit 30, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. But if you don't move around as much as you used to, your body will tighten up over time and become much more stiff. Many experience body aches, pains, and there's different ailments by the time you hit the mid to late 20s that just simply didn't exist during our adolescence. And especially if you're sitting all day, you're probably more likely to experience this. Some of that can be attributed to what you eat as well. Mucus forming foods such as meats, dairy, sugar, gluten, processed foods, etc., are all acidic to the body and lead to many diseases or dis-ease in the body. It's all in the language. So let me do some etymology work. Take gluten, for instance, gluten. Glue is the root of the word, and it actually acts as a glue in your intestines, clogging your digestive tract. And that also causes that lower gut that some may see, among other issues, since the waste is just sitting and cannot be expelled. It's not actually fat, you're just full of shit. I noticed within 2 weeks after cutting dairy from my normal practices, it was life-changing. I noticed how clear I was breathing, how good my actual body felt, especially within my joints. I didn't realize I had been breathing deeply nor clearly and had been that congested in my nasal cavity. But when eliminating gluten, I realized that's what was triggering my allergic reactions, especially during the spring and with pollen. My first time actually enjoying the spring was when I was 27, living out on the West Coast. And it was amazing. I had cut out sweets, used to be really big, have a really big sweet tooth, I should say. And it had been probably 2 or 3 weeks, nothing in my diet as far as like sugar and sweets and stuff like that. Had one cookie, and within like 10, 15 minutes, I started sneezing. And I knew, I was like, okay, so it's the gluten that's causing these reactions. And so I kept doing further experiments. And turns out like the gluten was what was triggering the pollen and my allergic reactions during the spring. So been a breeze ever since. So again, combining what I was eating, a more alkaline, plant-based, whole food diet with consistent exercise, I noticed my body starting to liven up again. I went from feeling like I was 35 at 23 to feeling like I'm about 22 at the current age of 31, for reference. So that's another way I know time isn't real. And like I said, that's another topic for another day. Our healing truly starts with self and asking questions. Again, going back to childhood, having that innocence and finding the wonder in everything. In that, you will find a lot of the solutions to many of your issues. If you're not actively exercising, I challenge you to do so. The benefits are immense, and you will thank yourself down the road. I found exercise to be more than just lifting weights and cardio. From yoga to qigong to heavy bands and calisthenics, there are many ways to strengthen and exercise the body. It just depends on what you're looking for aesthetically and what grabs your interest. And when I say aesthetically, it's how do you want your body to look? I have a certain image in mind, how I like to look, and I maintain that. Using a combination of multiple approaches is also possible, which is what I do to feel my best. So like for me, just a typical day, I'll actually work out at some point in every day. I'll do qigong every day, mixed with a little bit of yoga, and that's simply for just my body and feeling good, flexibility, proper breathing. And then every other day I'll do heavy bands. I used to lift a lot of weights and found out it was just too taxing on my body. And I felt like it was just beating me up more than it was building me up. So wanted to try more resistance, but actually with a challenge. And so those heavy bands are super thick. I'll double them up, triple them up, even quadruple them up if I'm doing squats. And I've definitely seen huge changes as far as me being able to bulk a little bit while also maintaining my body without beating it down with the weights. And then again, staying flexible with yoga and keeping the energy flowing with Qigong. So if you do need me to craft up something or you need any recommendations, drop a comment, feel free to email me. Definitely check us out on the website, 3layersofwellness.com, and I'd be happy to share more with you. You'll definitely notice that as you implement regular exercise into your schedule, that your body will loosen up and your youth may peek its head out. I used to feel like I was too busy to exercise in my working days, corporate that is, but after seeing changes in myself in such a positive way from how I had been suffering, now that my health is priority in every facet of life. And at the end of the day, your health is wealth. So take it seriously. Ask any athlete who stopped playing for an extended amount of time how easy or difficult it is for their bodies to respond when asked to do some of the same things they did when they were active. I bet for most, they're super tight and may have lost some touch or their sharpness. It's natural that rust will build up, which makes it a no-brainer as to why the top athletes train daily. Like the F1 car that my body is, you already know how I'm treating it. That's self-love and self-care for me. Again, I hope I can be an inspiration to you. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, especially if you found it helpful. And until next time, peace, family.